Hey.
What's good in the hood?
What's poppin'?
It's your 3 favorite amigos.
Hey, the princess is back.
You know?
What
took you so long?
Huh?
That's
What you was doing? Got me looking over my shoulder at you all sideways.
Not looking over my shoulder.
Snarling, you know what I'm saying?
We'll get into it, but I had to have some dental procedures. Your girl is full of wisdom and had to get some of it plucked out from her tooth.
She lying. She had to go pay for her teeth whitening. We know how it is. We know how it is. You know what I mean? They talking about wisdom these days. They go get their teeth whitened and all that.
Y'all nasty.
We get it. We get the vibes.
Look, man.
We get the vibes.
That wisdom tooth pain ain't nothing to play with.
Ain't nothing to play with.
And I had to bear it for 2 weeks because my dentist wasn't available to do the surgery
Bruh,
until 2 weeks after.
My shit was a nightmare. My shit had to be surgically removed. I've been to 3 different dentist offices. My shit grew, turned over, and then kept growing after it turned over.
Facts.
Then the top of the tooth where all the nerves were rotted.
So you took more than one tooth out?
So it took all of them on this side.
Oh, me too.
To come out. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, apparently I don't have any on my right, but I have all of them on my left. And
Cursed.
one of them came on my left, on the top left.
Cursed.
In the back.
Cursed.
That's crazy.
Cursed.
So far, I think that's the only one I have to get extracted.
Shit is the worst, B.
Yeah.
No, that shit tough, man. If you ain't been through it yet, hey.
But we're going to get a little deeper into that kind of my reflections that I had while I was gone from my family. But while I was gone from my family, how is my family? I miss y'all.
Nah, we vibing, man. We good.
Well, I've been seeing Dame because, Hunter and Hound shit.
Hey, people, if you haven't heard yet, if you have not heard, February 22nd.
Okay, mark your calendars. 2,
It's kind of like a special day. 2-2.
It's an angel number.
2-2.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we picked it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Blessed are those who are destined for greatness, protected by the numbers.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we picked it. HoundsandHounds.com.
Period.
The link is in the bio. Hunters and Hounds Clothing is the name of the page on Instagram. Go there, pre-register, because once them hats is gone, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hunters and Hounds as a concept is everything is limited. You get what I'm saying? Everything is limited. Everything is special. Everything is specific. Everything is detailed. And when you get it and you own it, you feel like you're a part of something and it's yours. And people going to walk up on you talking about, yo, where you get that from?
Right.
And you be like, yeah, that right there is that feeling. You have it and nobody else got it. All right? Everything, 1 of 4 in the collection.
True.
And when they gone, they gone. We moving forward. Collection 2. All right?
That's hard.
So, yeah, Hunters and Hounds on Instagram, Hunters and Hounds Clothing. HuntersandHounds.com is the site.
All right.
Link register. Put your email in, you know what I'm saying? And go to work.
Exactly.
Cop yourself something. Support
and y'all
the kid.
gonna love it around here.
I think that's a Tuesday as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
That's a vibe.
It's a Tuesday 222.
That's a big. Hey, that's something
It's
big.
the angel
Tuesday.
number for intuition and
That's
intuitive
big
guidance.
right there. That's big.
So y'all will be intuitively guided to some really nice merchandise.
That's a
You
fact.
dig me?
That's some big shit right there.
Yeah.
But what's been going on with you, English?
Neatan.
You know, same
Where
old,
that
same
pan?
old, right?
What rudeness you on, my boy?
Yeah, up on the good side.
Yeah, up on the good side,
When it's a
yeah.
cool and I make so that thing, you get me? Nah, but honestly, so this
Niggas
week,
is wildin'.
we chill.
What?
We wild this Sunday.
Hey, I'm not even, I'm not going
I
to
ain't
hold
even
you.
mad at you. I ain't even mad. Like normally, we know we here like 2 o'clock. Kind of,
Dog
mellow,
shit tired.
regular.
Dog shit tired.
It's 12. We like
That
it's
man
like we
just
at a
had his
party right now.
breakfast.
Like, yo, it's nice. Nah, but for me,
hey.
this week it was a chill week. I mean, I was home this week. I got to get my party situated.
Oh, yeah, I see your Wednesday party back.
Yeah, it's back up and
Yeah.
running. Appreciate you on that. I got a venue and everything, and actually the hype for it is a lot better now. So yeah, a lot more people talking about it. I got a
So
lot
what
more.
is Women Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, Woman Crush Wednesday. So it's gonna
Hey,
start
WCW.
February 23rd. Yeah, 23rd.
So the day after
after me.
Hunter and Hounds, if y'all cop
Exactly.
y'all
You feel
hat,
me?
Go where your
you
hat.
know,
We're gonna grab the hat.
Well, you're not
and
going
we
to have
in the
your hat
party.
because it's got to ship to you. But
right?
Nah, fact, but
But
we're gonna have a little something out there for you, for real.
if you
for
want to
sure.
celebrate supporting
gonna-
a black business,
That's
go
what
ahead
it
and
is.
slide.
That's really what it is.
WCW.
We just gonna support black businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna have my hat on even though it's a old one. It's old to me, new to y'all. You feel me?
Right,
So
and
I'm
that's all y'all
definitely
need to
gonna rock
know.
it. That's all you need to know.
hey,
So
man,
we're gonna rock that till the wheels fall off, and then we get
vibe.
another one
It's a
and rock
big
that one
vibe.
again. But for the most part, it's been chilling. Should be back on the road again next week. So we just wanted to get some stuff done on the trailer, on the truck. But yeah, that's it for the most part. I've just been chilling.
How y'all feeling about this cold weather in Florida?
I love it here.
I love it so much.
Respectfully.
I came in a nice Joanne the Scammer fur coat.
You was definitely on Joe and the Scammer time when you walked in here.
Giving you very much white woman.
I had to make sure all my stuff is in my pocket real quick.
Woman.
Willard White.
Nah, she's looking good though. Okay.
Yeah,
course.
Fashion is just here, man.
Yeah.
Period. And if
Yeah,
y'all want
X-rated fashion house. Don't play with it.
If y'all want to find the
yourself.
look, there will be pics on
That's
the
a fact.
Insta.
Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself.
X_RAE.
One thing for sure, two things for certain. Ray always gonna come off hard.
I'm
with the
going
fits.
step.
That's a fact.
She's
Cold,
definitely gonna
sleet,
step.
rain, or snow like USPS say, I'm going to come stepping.
That's a big fact.
Just a couple steppers, you know.
Speaking of, visionaries like myself in the creative field, R.I.P. Mukla.
Yo, I don't know much about this person,
He has
but I'm hella curious because I see everybody talking about it. So I'm like,
he
what
has
did I miss
such
here?
a huge impact in fashion. You want to talk about cutouts, like scandalous cutouts, risque, Mukla. You want to talk about famous Vogue or famous magazine headers, Mukla. For me, he's the first person that did like the pantsuit with the lingerie mix. I think of Mukla, like
That's a vibe.
pins, like women in the industry but being sexy type of thing, like showing sex appeal in so many different ways,
he was on the
executing
wave.
different cuts, using different colors. Mukla, and R.I.P. man, a visionary, really like painted out a roadmap for being classy and still being revealing in a way.
Okay.
And then
That's what's
also
up.
at the same time, for girls who want to go a little bit more on the risque edge, I feel like he opened that up. Like he opened up that lane for things like Fenty, Savage X Fenty, and all of that. Like this man is better than Victoria's Secret. So I feel like
That's crazy,
he
though.
really, really did that. Like he really, really made himself known, and to know that he is no longer here on the face of the earth. I mean, as saddening as it is, he has made an opening for so many other visionaries.
That's what's up, though. I mean, because to me, it was just like, I was like, what is going on? Like, I see everybody, fashion people that are non-fashion, but, he
He interacted
rappers,
with a lot.
God damn.
I was gonna ask that too. Like, I was gonna ask is, do you feel like a lot of the people that's not in the fashionista world but still know who he is?
I think Mukla for sure. The way that
it
he
was a
like
lot of,
networked, the way he networked is remarkable. Like
It was a lot of
I think
cats
he's
I've
the
seen
first
reposting
fashion
that.
house that did a collab with Playboy. Like
That's
that
what's
was to film in the Playboy house, to do a photo shoot. That's hard. That's a hard thing to come by. Like he really was a first for a lot of things, and shout out to him, and may he rest in power.
Big facts.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace, Mugler.
Up next is Louis Air Force One collection.
Man, we're not even gonna talk too much about this. Y'all already know what it is. It's definitely a cop.
It's a definite
Come
cop
on
for
now,
me.
we stepping on
It's a
niggas' rope.
That's a different kind of step too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
That's a
Make sure you
different
keep
kinda
your
step.
weapon on you when you have these on, because I don't know if y'all seen like the way that they doing it with the Friends and Family edition. They saying that is they're limiting it to like only certain people, because what they did was I don't know if y'all seen this, but there's a sneaker pod called Sneaky Links on Twitter, and they was like they was saying, yo, basically like Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying, Virgil's family and everybody, they reserved a certain amount of pairs for certain people, and then they communicated people off the list
that's
who
crazy.
had sold kicks that had been given to them in the past. So it's like,
tough.
we're not gonna give these to just everybody,
Right.
because
This
a
is
lot of
the
cats
last
is out here
piece.
reselling. So
Right.
yeah, it's like it's a big deal.
But I think that's gonna happen with a lot of the Virgil stuff though. Like anything. that's
I mean,
Virgil
obviously the
related.
man has passed on, and you
feel
know
me?
what I'm saying, he left such a giant impact. So it's
Yeah.
like, I even thought about selling my 10 collection, and then I'm like, nah. And then it's crazy because me and Mark, we talked about it, and I was like, you know what, I could maybe let go or whatever. And he's like, bro, if I were you, I'll hold on to everything you
Yeah.
got.
That's a fact.
And now I'm
Because
like,
it's worth something.
That's a
yeah,
fact.
it
It's
means
worth
something too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was just he just at the right place at the right time. Everything about what he did just seemed right. It
It
was
was
so
very
organic.
cohesive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And dude was cool as hell. It wasn't even like, Virgil was one of them cats where it's like, you walk up on like, yo, Virgil, I love your work, whatever. Oh yeah, let's take a picture. Let me sign whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to see how like the boom that the forces are getting again. Like Air Force One's always been it, but now it's like
Different.
just different levels. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try to cop.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
big.
definitely
Yeah,
definitely
if you got
collection.
the access, I'll cop. It reminds me of like when the bootleggers used to try to do it. But this is
them boys was
clearly,
booming back then.
this
back in the
is
day.
clearly way
Stop
more
playing.
refined.
Stop playing. I ain't gonna lie. High school, I had the high tops with the Gucci on the checks on the side, and then the Gucci on the top. On the top, man.
Hey, them boys was doing it.
I was
back
hurting
then.
feelings with them shits.
Them niggas was doing it.
So I feel like if you could get the authentic
gonna
thing, why
hold
not?
you.
You feel me?
Nah, but you know what it is?
Shout out to my mom for letting me cut up her old Gucci purse for that. Yo, shout out to my mom. Shout out to
real talk. It really MVP.
Nah, hey, I came at her like she had it in the closet. It was in the corner, like stuffed under a bunch of bags. I pulled it out. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I went to my guy. I'm like, right here, just cut this
get
up
that together for me.
This
Two
man
checks,
was playing
whatever.
arts and crafts with his mama handbag.
Hey,
Hey,
I always
that's a
had a
fact.
sense of style, you know.
Hey,
That go hard though. Go hard.
and that's why y'all need a cop. Anyway.
Yeah.
Big clap. Big
Da
clap.
Run that
ala
up.
mener Jordantus.
You know what's crazy about these is how everything's happening for Amamanera as a brand itself, and then like them doing this collab. Because I don't know if y'all like remember Bushwick Bill. He was a rapper, big chunky dude from Brooklyn, New York. He was talking about Amamanera in '99.
Damn.
Like, nigga. You know what I'm
Don't be
saying?
sleep on niggas.
Like, and then now it's like you can't turn a corner without somebody being like, yo, okay, I see this, and this happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Mom and Air, man. It's like, it's a move. It's a wave. It's like,
That's like a lot of these designer brands was like that. Like I was watching the other day. I was watching what was I watching? I was watching Martin, and one of his episodes when he's playing one of his characters, he got a whole MCM fit on.
yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like now that I watch it and I know what MCM is now, I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
these
They've
designs been
minute.
out for a hot minute. It's
Been
just
around for a
nobody's really
minute.
been on it. Like,
I mean, MCM kind of had a wave with the backpacks. Like, I had an MCM backpack and shit like that. But, like, they never had, like,
a crazy.
there
big
was
wave.
nothing MCM that was, like, to me, that was, like, worth, like, from a clothing space. Maybe, like, like, their jackets went hard. They had, like, a mean-ass trenchy for a minute. They had, like, a trenchy run.
Oof,
But
you know I love a
in-
trench.
I live in Florida. What am I do with a
Yeah, I do
trenchy?
know that
Like,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's me having two in my closet for no reason.
It's you wearing a trenchy at the photo shoot that took me out.
Nigga.
It was actually
I looked
cold.
at that shit. I'm like, yo, this girl gotta feel like she's in New York right now.
First
It
off,
was cold though. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, trust me, I
I
knew it
ain't
was
gonna hold
cold.
you.
Nah, it was cold last night. I ain't
It was
hold you.
cold.
come
It
on,
was
man.
cold.
I had the Ivy Park hat on with the trench.
I know you was hot. Like fuck being cold. I know you was hot.
I was warm while Dave was over there like, hold the
I
hats.
know you was hot.
Hold the hats. My
I'm
hands are
freezing.
freezing.
I'm freezing.
I
My
know you
hands,
was hot
my
that
hands
shit.
was
Yeah,
like,
hands.
Yo,
dead
y'all
ass,
ever want to
bro.
see a
That's the
man?
only thing that be getting me is my
Y'all
hands.
hands,
y'all
bro.
ever
Anything
want
else?
to
I'm in
see
the
a man
same
cry?
boat,
Bro,
my boy.
anything
My
else,
shit
bro,
be-
I be chilling.
Yo.
My hands, oh my.
Men are
days.
such whiny babies when
Oh,
it
here
comes to
you
the
go.
cold. Oh yeah,
Nah,
I'm
it's not
saying
whining.
it.
I could listen. I could be in shorts on. I could have on a short sleeve shirt. My
You
hands
ever see a
is the
windshield
only
lick a
part.
Caribbean man down, you know?
Nah, I ain't gonna
Strike
hold you.
him right
Cold
though.
front of the
weather, and you play some sports.
He the
playing some
toughest
sports
nigga
this
in the
weather.
sun, but he not when that windshield start
nah.
piping up. He piping down.
Nah, this that best. This that best sports weather for me. I ain't gonna hold you. Play some
Hey,
good
you can
soccer.
do whatever you need to do, but just keep your hands warm.
Facts. That's all I need. That's
They're
all I'm asking
extremities
for.
for a reason, okay? Don't
Anything
judge
else,
me.
I'm good. But my
Hey.
hands,
My
I
hands
need
is-
something.
yeah,
It's
nah.
needed. It's
Other
needed.
Jordans in the Jordan Well, Air Jordan 1 low washed denim.
Definitely a cop.
Definitely, definitely a cop.
Yeah, I'm copping.
I'm more so of a mid person, but the lows, I'm fucking with those lows.
These feel like a you know, you cop yourself a pair, cop your lady a pair, and y'all get on some flash cute shit together and go
movie
you know what I
date
mean,
or
go to a
something.
movie date or you know
That's a fact.
go shop or whatever. Like you know, just you know,
Right,
giving
it's-
her that same energy, you know, so she could reciprocate.
No,
It's,
that's a
it's
fact.
definitely giving. I need to wear denim
cup.
joggers. I need to wear all denim fit. It's giving just denim, denim.
Yo, some cowboy ish. You know what I
That's a
mean?
big vibe.
Taking it back to the '90s, like a mean
It's
pair
raw.
of overalls with one shoulder off.
Facts. No,
And I
that's a
see
big-
what you
that's a
were
big
saying
vibe.
the other day, Dame, about it kind of looking like a more female shoe. But I really still think it's a very unisex shoe. I feel like it could go either way.
I think depending on the size of the shoe too, because you know some shoes
That's true.
look real nice, small, and then they do big. Son,
Y'all want to hear a funny ass story? So you know the Air Max 97s, right?
Mm-hmm.
I seen a dude in a size 15 pair of Air Max 97s. I'm not gonna say dude name. Like I got respect for you. You know what I'm saying? He a hooper. He do his thing, whatever. But bro, them is the ugliest shit.
I'm trying to tell you. And you catch them
I know-
shits in a
I
size
know.
8, 9.
Oh my God. I know you ladies, you know, love a man with big feet because he got big socks or whatever they say. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But nigga, them shits look like platypus
Trust me.
boots.
Anything in a size
I plead
12,
the fifth.
anything past a 12 is disgusting to me. I hate it.
I'ma
Shit
just
that
say I don't want a
crazy.
man with super big feet, but I don't want a man with small feet, and that I'm gonna leave it at that.
I mean, you know, you fall in the middle. You could be
Because
misjudging.
I'm not a big feet person.
You could be misjudging
but I
the
really
boat.
don't like
You
huge
dig me?
feet.
Facts. That's a big fact.
I don't
right
need you to
there.
have no Donald Duck feet around me, like,
Hey, but
Platypus feet. Just clap, clap when you walk.
bro. Nah, it's not giving.
I can hear you coming from up the
It's not
street.
giving this girl.
Oh, he coming. It's coming. Yeah,
he coming right there.
Right there.
Y'all stupid.
Oh man.
And speaking about it being cold and cold collections, Rude just dropped a new collection.
Rude boy.
Yeah, I fuck with Rude.
Rude boy.
Yeah, I'm a rude head. I
Spring
ain't gonna lie.
collection. It's giving very much neutrals. There's some pops of reds and oranges, but I feel like it's mostly neutral based. It's giving comfy. It's giving cabin. It's also giving chic. It's giving everything in between. I love it. I'll cop.
Yeah,
cop for
definitely
me.
a cop for me.
I fuck with
I've
Rude.
been
These
you know what's
motorcycle
funny?
fits are real cool.
Yeah, the motorcycle shits go hard. You know what's
Yeah.
crazy, right? This is a crazy, funny story. I'm not gonna say no name because they know who they are. They still around, so they know who they are, right? When I first started wearing Rude, they was clowning me. I mean hard, you know, making the little jokes and oh, you're rude and trying to, and I look at you niggas on some funny shit. Yo,
Everybody
damn,
brother on that shit now.
that
Trust me.
Rude tee you had on the other
Hard.
day was crazy. And I just want to be like, yeah, I left already. Y'all could suck. You know what? Yeah, we gonna move on.
That's a fact.
Right.
We gonna move
Niggas
on.
don't know fashion till everybody else is wearing it.
Mans don't know what they want until someone tells them what it is. And that shows you the type of
everybody else
man
is
that
on
you
that
are.
shit, then by the time they own it,
I'm off it.
you all like.
'Cause-
But I'm gonna still cop me a few pieces out of that.
Nah, it's a hotline. It's a hotline.
Because you know, shouts to Rugi and you know what I'm saying, everybody over at Rude, they be doing their thing.
Not facts.
They really put the devils in the details.
Big facts.
I really love these scarves that they have with this checker print on one side and then like the Rude on the other side. That's bomb.
Need me
Shit
one.
These
going.
motorcycle fits make me feel like I'll be a badass on a fucking ATV or
Made me
some
feel like I want to
shit.
drive a motorcycle or some shit.
Yes, sir.
Until I get one of them.
I see that everybody has this like teddy bear trench coat kind of trend going on.
Yeah.
I am not upset at it. I think it's so cute. Like I just want to hug you and never leave your side, baby. Like
Oh Lord.
we would never need it down here, but fellas, if you want to
Like,
get a hug from Ray, just buy
for
one of
those right for
coats.
those who actually live in a cold state, fly me out.
Not
Mercy.
She trying to get flu.
She's trying to get flued out.
You was oh Lord.
Sugar daddy season is among us.
Yo, delete all the City Girls shit out
As
of
a
her
fact,
playlist.
take it off right now.
take
Cameron, remind her to take all that shit out her phone right now.
You listen to too much City Girls. No,
Too much. She trying to
I
get
actually
flued
don't
out.
have a
Oh, God.
singular city girls album. That's
I don't believe you.
I'm Megan, but not city
Same thing.
Same thing, bro.
forward.
Probably the worst. Probably the worst.
Toxic 1 and
That shit
Toxic 2.
crazy.
Moving
They right there.
forward,
They right
although I
together.
may joke and high key, as they know, I am probably one of the wise people in their life. And so I wanted to talk about wisdom and how it's ostracizing, but also opens up this new world of elevation and self-growth. And so like I really wanted to talk about this because I don't know if it was a little numbing situation hit my brain hard or something, but I was really thinking about that, the wisdom tooth, the whole idea of it.
Right.
You're supposed to get it between the ages of 16 and 25. This is when you're supposed to foster, your time of wisdom, etc. And it just had me thinking like, I am at a point in my life now, not because of age per se, but I would say experience, where I'm at this area of wisdom where I no longer want to associate myself with certain people, whether that be friends, family, etc. It's out of respect for my space because I no longer want to disrespect myself by allowing people in my space that don't respect my boundaries, don't honor and respect me. And I think that's also very ostracizing because there's a lot of people out here just practicing toxic behaviors. Like that is what it is. And I can't change those people from doing what they're going to do and how they're going to act or process or what their character is. But I feel like it gets, although I'm alone, I don't feel lonely a lot, but I do have my moments where I do feel lonely. So I kind of want to talk about that. Like, especially men I feel like there's a high pressure on y'all to become wise at X age, usually 18, right? You're supposed to be like having this understanding of yourself as a man.
Facts.
How do y'all feel about the topic, or, you know, in general, like wisdom, it being so ostracizing? Crickets.
I mean, I wanted to take. Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead there.
I think it's one of those things where it's like it affects you in like these multifaceted spaces in your life, right? Like I think you get hit with wisdom and emotional intelligence, and like for me, it happened in a way where it was like I started questioning certain things, like why am I doing this or why am I reacting this way? Like for me, the way that wisdom hit me was like I would get into certain situations or have altercations or misunderstanding with people, and I would react a certain way and then find myself later questioning if what I did was absolutely necessary. And I knew that that was maturity, and I was kind of afraid of it because I knew what came with that was that like not everybody matures at the same time, and so I was gonna lose my friends. And I'm an only child, so it was like I think purposefully at times I was slowing down my own process.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Or holding myself back, quote unquote, to kind of like put myself in a situation where I could still be around people, but it didn't work because then I'm finding myself having to use a lot of like emotional intelligence to keep me from getting myself in trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, basically like, I'll give you an example. Like me and some friends one time, we went somewhere and there was a person there who had a problem with somebody that I was with. And, you know, his way of wanting to handle the situation was he was like, nah, we just gonna go out back, whatever, like don't do nothing in here because there's a lot of people and people can get hurt. And then there's people in here obviously carrying weapons and things like we didn't want to have anything happen. And in my mind, it was just like I started questioning the entire thing, like from the root of why y'all had a problem in the first place. And so I found myself at times, you know what I'm saying, just being like, you know what, man, I'm not going to go. I'm going to just pass. Like, I'm going to go home, put my face in a book, try to just elevate myself to a better place and not just be, you know what I'm saying?
Doing the same things,
yeah,
leading
doing the
to the
same
same
things
results.
with the same group of people that could get me into a situation where I end up jammed up. So, yeah, I think it is ostracizing and lonely at times, truthfully, because once you start to elevate and you start to see your sense of self in a different way and you're requiring better behavior of yourself, hell, it might even lead to people thinking you better than them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've definitely seen that one. I've definitely been there too. So maturity hits and then you become calculated. I think that's like the first part of it. It's like understanding your own emotional responses.
When
is where it hits
when do you think that switch flipped for you?
Specifically from a space of like wisdom and maturity, I think I was probably like 20.
Okay.
Because I remember my homeboy, Matt, we was riding in a car to go talk to somebody about buying, at the time we was into buying vinyls and selling them. And it was a dude that lived in our neighborhood, but he lived on the other side of our community. And I remember him in the car being like, hey, when we get there, let Dame talk. Because he's like the one that's like, they're going to take him serious, let him talk. And the whole rest of the way, I'm like, why you got to pick me for? Like, not understanding at the time, it was just because I had demonstrated previous to that, prior to that I could keep myself in a certain lane of conversation intellectually and from a space of maturity. They're going to take me seriously because of what I'm presenting and how I'm speaking on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it didn't register for me then, but I think for me, I was 20. I was 20 the first time it really like hit me like, okay, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really out here. And then at that time in my life, I was, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to go off to go play ball and be by myself. And I had been in college for 2 years by myself. Yeah, you have to grow up fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
English.
Same for me. Like, I kind of went through the same thing with Dame. Like, when I first moved here, I felt like, you know, with English, in UK education and American education is different. So when I first came here, it was like education to me was chicken shit. Like, everything was easy. When I took my test, my first day of class, I was getting A's and B's on all my tests. So I feel like I kind of like, it's kind of dumb to do it, but I kind of like
it's that outer country education, boy.
Yeah,
that thing
shit
actually
is
worth the money.
Facts, you feel me? And I wasn't even paying for it. So it's like, for me to come over here and I feel like I did the same with Dane. Like, kind of slowed down my progress to kind of like fit with everybody that I was chilling with at the time, not knowing that I'm basically scooping down to their level instead of me elevating them to my level.
Right.
And then the same with them. Like I felt like when I went to college, because when I was leaving to go to college, my last day before I was leaving down here, I called my mom, I called my dad, I called my brother. I called my brother bawling, like crying. And he was at work, so he had to hang up on me. He was like, I'm gonna call you back, call me back. And he kind of like helped me like understand, like, bro, you're going away for college. You're not that far. So like, you know what? It's not that far. Went up there, and once they left, I knew it's time for me to grow up.
Right.
I can't just be doing the same thing that I was doing.
It's that
back
push
then.
that you needed out of the little baby bird's nest.
Definitely the push that I need.
And around what age did that switch flip for you?
So 18 is when I went away. 18, 19 was when I went away, but like probably 2021, definitely 21, I could say, is when it really hit me. Like, yo, I'm an adult now. Like anything that I do moving forward can either help me or
hinder you.
or hinder
Right.
me for my future.
Yeah.
So that's when I was like, yeah, I gotta fix my shit, and I gotta make sure that everything I do moving forward is beneficial to me moving forward in my career or my path or whatever it was.
Facts.
And like Dame said, like, you know, when you're growing, you kind of leave people in the back.
Right.
Yeah.
Because some people are just not ready to grow with you, or they're just not ready for that right now. So, you know, you left some people in the back. But I mean, I'm blessed at where I'm at because I left people in the back. I was able to gain people that's on the same path as me.
Right.
Or
New experiences.
Exactly. Or they may already be higher than me, and I can take their experiences and get to where I need to be. So it's a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Right.
I can definitely say that.
Yeah.
I feel like the switch flipped for me very young.
Damn.
I think with women, y'all just get it.
It like
Y'all just get it. I think they just get it. You know what I'm saying?
Usually they say a mark of maturity, especially in a woman's life, is like when she gets her period, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I was there yet when I got my period. I don't think that's not the turning point for me, or when the switch flipped for me personally. I think that the switch flipped for me when literally I was 15 years and 8 months, and I will never forget it. It was the day that my mom kicked me out the house, out the first time.
Yeah.
And although she kicked me out, I also knew I was already making decisions to leave.
Right.
It just was a lack of wisdom that I wasn't enforcing. So like there were rules and things that she would enforce that took away my choice. And I think one of the biggest things was my education. Y'all know I love to learn.
Right.
I love to learn. I love to be stimulated, but I'm a very passionate person. So it's like I want to be passionate about what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. My mother had always like kind of forced me to be a part of magnet programs public school. Once I got exited out of private school and homeschooling, public school, but tried to put me in the best situations, programs, things like that. And now it's high school, right? So like after this, it's college. Like I have to make the decision of where I want to go, ACT, SATs, that's all on me.
Yeah.
All of that stress and all of that pressure.
So you literally had no support for any of that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. No. Just a lot of pressure. Pressure. And I remember 15 years and 8 months that I had to be like going into my sophomore year, or I was already a sophomore in high school. And I was sick of it because she wanted me to stay in her house, tried to win me over by saying she was going to get me a car and that I would go to BC, Broward College. At that time, it was BCC, so it was still Broward Community College.
Community college. Yeah.
She was going to give me a car. That's where I was going to go. I was going to do health or something in the medical field, which I had absolutely no interest in.
Tough.
It's tough, and I'm terrible at math. So those micro dosages, all that, I might OD somebody. I don't want to be held responsible for that. I have no passion for that. I have passion for caring for people, yes,
Right.
but not in that way. And so, me trying to be a part of a debate program that I'm just now hearing about and I want to be a part of it. I want to be a founder, and her like blocking me at every chance, wanting to do those basic.
She wants you to do what she wants you to do.
Right.
Yeah,
I
she's
wanted
not
to do
listening you
those
at all.
basic UCC credits where you do like, the basic English and math for your college credits. I wanted to do that. I had the opportunity to do that. Blocked me from doing that. Wouldn't sign the permission slip. It was just a lot of tension at that time in the house between me and her in the relationship. And I feel like at that 8-month mark of me being 15, I was like, I can't do this.
Wow.
I can't do this anymore. I can't even do 4 more hours of this. And so I remember distinctly like calling my dad and being like, I have to make a decision about my life, and she's not going to let me do it here. And I know you presented me an option to move in earlier, but I'm telling you, like, I can't do it here. And if I have to do it with or without you or her, fine, I'm going to do it.
Facts.
But I'm going to find myself out this house today.
That's crazy, man.
And my dad understood. We had the conversation. And as I'm talking to him, I'm packing up. Like, I'm putting my stuff in garbage bags already. Like, I'm ready to go. So I already made the decision to leave. And then as I'm making the decision to leave and I'm about to present to her hey, this is how I feel. It's no hard whatever against you. I remember going to her room and like telling her this and her looking me in the face and she's like, you're a Judas. And I was just like, okay, fine. That's okay. That's fine. You can feel how you feel. I'm doing this for myself. And I always think about that as the turning point for me as making a decision for myself and as for wisdom, because look at where I am now. I would have graduated in the middle of COVID. That's exactly how that timeline would have mapped out. I would have graduated as a nurse, LPN, CNA, whatever, in the middle of COVID.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think about
pros and cons to it still.
how wisdom comes in like this unbecoming way sometimes.
Facts.
It's not easy. It's not the easy pill always to
never,
swallow.
Never.
How I got so ostracized from like the number one person that was in my life the most, my own mother. Like I didn't really have much friends or anything like that. Or if I did, it wasn't that close of a relationship for me to feel heavy about it.
Right.
It was just like, I'm losing my mother. This is a person that has taken care of me for 15 years and 8 months, like who has fed me, clothed me. You feel me? Like that was the last person that I would want to be in my way of elevation and growth. But it was the only person in the way between me growing as a person. So it was very ostracizing. And like growing up in Broward and then switching and then growing up in Miami, that was crazy. That was real wild.
Big culture change for sure.
You went like a couple miles apart, and I'm probably sure your world turned upside down.
Completely different.
That's crazy.
I know how that shit works.
Completely. But then, you had choice, right? So then I have the choice to either be a part of the foolery and the fuckery, or, stay in the books, stay together. You got SATs, you got ACTs, you got stuff that, you got college on the way. Like, you going to fuck around right now during your sophomore year when you're halfway through the journey, or are you going to put your big girl panties on and do what you need to do and go have fun when you can have fun, Like,
Facts.
being able to really be, I guess, in a sense, like, take more control of being, making the decisions for myself, but also in the same breath, I had to parent myself. I had to make sure that, like, I don't mess up for me. I don't make stupid decisions for myself, because my dad worked a lot, so there was no him telling me these things. Like, maybe a little pep talk here and there and a little sex talk here and there, because, I'm in high school. But it's like, outside of that, he's not really too focused on SATs, ACTs. He don't know nothing about that. This is a man that came from Jamaica up here and has been working in hospitality ever since. Like, he can't relate, and he doesn't know how to relate or have that conversation, much less coming home tired every night trying to provide for a family. It's like, it was a disconnect. So it was just like, that was my turning point. That was when I realized that wisdom came twofold. I can be wise and I have to be a parent to myself, and I have to be wise as a student and make good choices in my career, whatever that may be.
I think there's a lot like Caribbean people and people that's not born here and they come over here. I feel like schooling for them is different. Like, even for myself, when I came here and I had to do the SAT, ACTs, I didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
Right.
Like, for us in England, we have GCSEs, and then we have, once you finish year 11, I think you go to sixth form. And then at the end of sixth form, that's when you take a test that would enable you to graduate and then you can go to uni or whatever the case is.
Right.
But we never had no FCAT, no SAT, no ACT. I didn't know what none of that shit was. So like for me, when I first came over here and I was taking those tests, and then like the first time I took my SAT, I did real bad on it. Didn't know what the fuck it was. And it kind of like hindered me from having a party. I was like, fuck, like what is this shit and why am I failing it? And why is it like so big?
Yeah, it's not a very easy thing to do. Like I scored, the first time I took the mock test, I scored an 1180. But if you don't have the help of people to do SAT prep work, you could dig yourself in a fucking hole.
Nigga, tell me about it.
Because I knew guys that were in college that said that they basically like barely etched by, but their GPA from high school, 3.5, 3.8. You know what I'm saying? And the test itself was difficult. Like, yeah, people say that or whatever, like, oh, you know, you're not supposed to struggle with it because it's all correlated information, but it's really not.
It's really not.
It's really not. I think the testing system and the schooling system itself, becoming an adult now, like being in my 30s and look, it's bullshit. It's insignificant.
They really add extra stress.
Okay, I'll break it down for you like this. Can you imagine being 21 and being handed a check? Biggest amount of money you ever seen in your life. No guidance because your family don't come from money. So now you made bread, but you don't know what to do with it. So you just it's in your bank. You just looking at it. Okay,
wow, how do
I pay my rent? How do I go? How do I get a car? I'm in a different country. How do I convert my money
to the money that I need so
I can go buy things? Facts. How do I send money home to my family?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And then how do I save and regulate and tell people no? You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I think that's the hardest part too. Saying no, like
and you're not being taught that in school. You're not being taught like, yo, your social security number matters. Don't give that out to anybody. Or just protect that with your life.
Fucking matters.
Your credit matters.
Your credit is the highest thing.
And I feel like those two things right there are the biggest things that us kids need to learn. Like, bro,
those are the things that matter the most
School
in life.
system is trash, man.
Bro, when I went to college,
was the last time you used Pythagorean theorem in any?
Never. Trigonometry ain't never told me to do nothing.
Use the square root or the y equals x plus
literally in life, it's about addition, subtraction. Even the equation of life itself. You think a thought, you add action, and it equals an outcome based on whatever you did.
Math.
Yep.
It's a process of mathematics, but it's in life form. So if we should be teaching people about these things. We're not teaching that.
We're not teaching nothing.
Bro,
when I first went to college, my credit went to fucking 300-400.
Because you had no help though.
No idea.
No idea.
You know what I'm saying?
The lady said, hey, you want a credit card? Free money.
Right.
Who's gonna say no to free money?
Because you're thinking it's free.
I ain't thinking it's free money.
Me, because I was scared as hell about credit. I was like, but then I had the example of my mom having the worst credit. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be like her. Free money come with free consequences, okay? Bro. And them consequences will lick you over the head. So I said, look, I was so scared of credit. That was my thing. I was so scared of credit. Now I have great credit. I will say that, but it took me getting my first credit card, asking multiple people, what card should I get? What type of card? Because you can get a regular credit card, you can get a pre-K card, you can get different types of cards. So it was just like, what is an APR? Like I learned about this one time in middle school, but like that was how many years ago? Like I don't know.
You
like
remembering that shit in middle school,
like man, like so.
There's no way.
It's just very funny, like how you look back from a stance of wisdom, and you look back at all the decisions and things that you did and did not know, and you really also see like the people that have come with you on this journey and who you left on this journey. And just being able to, reminisce on that, but let's not stay there. Like, let's not stay in the past. Let's definitely be able to ruminate about the successes and look forward into the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, nothing learned is always worse. You know what I'm saying? Because you have nothing to take any lessons from. So they're all lessons and blessings, even if they were terrible at the time. I bet you they made you a better person. You know what I mean? Everybody been through that.
Speaking about the past and past relations and relationships, does cheating have rules?
Cheating ain't got no goddamn rules, man. Y'all be making up shit. Y'all making up shit.
What kind of shit is that?
Like, you see me, I'm about to stand up. My energy went way up.
So the topic came up because, we do have a group chat, and there was a snippet from 8 at the Table that was posted in said group chat, and there was like a Haitian woman, I would assume, and they were the topic was cheating, And sis
Shorty
seems,
went,
sis seems to have
Short
rules
left.
for her cheating, so she don't let her men after she performs fellatio, they're not able to do a white pearl on her face.
I can't believe we talking about this shit.
She has certain
how you know Haitian
sexual
girls is freaky, though. I ain't gonna
rules
hold you, boy.
for her
What you
side
talking about, though?
pieces.
Like, what?
And then she has other rules for her man. So like there are some rules that apply to her man and some that apply to her side piece. So the side piece is not able to, do the white pearl or nothing like that. But I guess her man is. And if confronted about the cheating, she's denying. So you got to leave her, or you just gonna stay knowing what you know, because she's not gonna ever confirm nor deny that she is cheating.
First of all, she just confirmed it by doing this little video shit, first and foremost. So.
Like, she just told on herself. But can I just say this real quick? Like, like something is wrong with her. I don't know Shorty from a can of paint, but I'm gonna keep it a buck.
God bless your soul.
Yo, you need prayer and help and fucking therapy.
Yo,
because that shit was triggering as fuck. And shouts to Shorty that was in the video that was just like, yo, I'm not gonna hold none of y'all, but I don't cheat. Like,
right.
Why are we trying to normalize and make this shit okay? And see, that's that weirdo energy that we come with in 2021 and 2022. Like, we started this shit. I noticed that, like, the beginning of the year, it was a lot of movements to push a lot of, like, normalize and normalize and normalize. Like, no, nigga, no.
We're not normalizing cheating.
We're not normalizing indecent behavior.
Normalize.
You fucking cheat, you cheat. Like, yo, I'm sitting here saying to you, yo, I've done it. That shit don't feel good. And I've had it done to me.
Right.
And it took me getting it done to me for me to be like, this is not what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Period. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna sit my ass down, I'm gonna feel this shit, I'm gonna roll in it for a little bit, but guess what? Mark my words, never happening again. Never happening again. Not on my end. I can only hold me to a certain standard
Right.
and hold me accountable. So I know what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100.
She was in the video talking like, yo, I got rules, so like, I'm not gonna let him bend me over or whatever, but I might let him hit it on the table or something, but I won't let him finish in my face. Like, come on.
Like, she got intricate rules for her cheating, but you still cheating. So
There's no shortcuts to it. Life is black and white in certain spaces.
No, where she had me was, even if he confronts her with the facts, like, basically, if he screenshots your Instagram with the messages, like, I see what you did, she's still gonna be like, no.
You know, and you know what the thing that makes it so scary is that you're normalizing shit that don't got no business being normal, and then we turning around and we complaining, oh, man ain't shit, niggas ain't this, niggas ain't that. Yo, how do you think it's supposed to be a game of survival? If women are built off of you sneaking around everywhere all of a sudden, don't you think that at some point that cycle gonna come back to you? Like,
it's gonna smack you dead in the face.
You know what I'm saying? She not thinking clearly.
And we talk about statistics here all the time when it comes to relationships and options. And so, like, men propose 100% of the time, women
Facts.
divorce 80% of that time.
That's crazy.
What do y'all think that says to the dynamic that sets? Is it for me? I think it's more like a power play situation, because women refuse to get down on one knee. Like, refuse to do that. Expect the man to always do it, especially in heteronormative relationships. So we're talking about one man, one woman.
Right.
They're definitely gonna want that other person, that man, to propose. You will never see a woman, or very rarely will you see any engagement photos with a woman getting on her knees. And when that happens, you get this huge
Shorty
backlash.
gets dragged for it.
Right. What are you doing? This is crazy.
That's not you.
Right.
That's not your job.
He don't got no
your
respect
job.
for you, all that type of stuff. So how do y'all feel about hearing both sides? Like, her saying that, with the whole cheating thing, men proposing 100% of the time, but women, again, the whole power play dynamic there. For me, that's what I think it is. How y'all feel about that whole situation?
I think it's apples to oranges.